Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ike Ike Jr. And once again, you are welcome to a beautiful episode of Board Talks. If today's your first time coming across this channel, I beg, make you do something for me. Just subscribe to this channel, hit the bell for prompts, and be notified anytime I drop a video. Now, there is a viral story trending on the internet, and I must say it's a very sad one. And this lady in question is someone that I was really admiring her talent. About 2 weeks ago, I came across a video on TikTok where she was singing the Champions League anthem. I was admiring the sweetness of her voice, her courage, her charisma, and everything. But it's very sad that to hear on Saturday that something strange happened to the lady while she was in her house in Abuja. Charlie, things they happen. Oh. This lady was in a room in Abuja, and report indicates that she was bitten by a snake in her room while she was asleep. This story has shaken social media, and people are asking questions. Most of the questions that I see on social media, people they ask, what can make a snake come to somebody's bedroom and bite her while she's still asleep? Well, most people are attributing this to certain factors. Some are spiritual, of course. You know, we are in Africa. So some people will talk, say, Charlie, this one there, it be spiritual things, it be this, it be this. So there are two schools of thought on social media. People, they talk about a spiritual perspective. Others, they talk about the realistic perspective. Certain things that can make a snake come into a house. But bro, this is not a village. This is a very urban community where this lady stayed. To think about the fact that not just one snake, but two cobra snakes, one of the most dangerous snakes in the world, being in that house is questionable. So people are asking questions. What could have happened to the lady? Well, I see some comments and people are saying the fact that maybe the snake was planted in her room, planted in her house, bro. Actually, school of thoughts, different views, different perceptions and opinion. Anyways, you can't fault anybody. But then there is a friend to the lady who is called Sam Ezugu, and Sam Ezugu has come up with certain things that transpired before the lady died. And according to Sam, so Sam happens to be the music director. She was in the same choir with Ifunaya. Ifunaya is the lady that passed, and she was 26 years old. And as I was chancing on her videos, I saw one video where she was at The Voice. The Voice is a talent show, a reality show in Nigeria in 2021. It's reported that Ifunaya was part of the talent show. Charlie, bro, this girl's talent was amazing, and it beats imagination. It's very sad, and I've seen several news portals, big news portals like CNN, BBC reporting this story. It's very strange and very weird. But like I said, Sam happens to be the MD and co-founder of a choir called Amemuso Choir, together with Ifunaya. And when the issue happened, Sam was the first point of contact that happened to help the lady get medical attention. And apparently, Sam took her to, unless she went to a clinic. And when she went to the clinic, the clinic didn't have the antivenom that could have saved her. So quickly, Sam helped her to be transported to the hospital. And it'd be very sad. Say, as they go to the hospital, reports indicate that she was supposed to get 2 antivenoms for the snake bite, but the hospital just had 1. So allegedly, Sam rushed out to go get the other antivenom. By the time she came, Ifunaya was no more. Very sad story that has shaken Nigeria, most especially the creative art space. For this lady to have suffered a snake bite while she was sleeping is strange. It be mysterious. Most people are trying to put pieces together. What could have actually happened for Ifunaya to suffer snake bite while she in bed? Very strange. The spiritual perspective is there. The physical perspective is there. Well, let me take you through to some information that I've gathered with regards to this particular story. Now, so when this story happened, the hospital has released a communication, and the hospital has debunked the fact that You know, be say then they don't get the antivenoms. They had all the two venom antivenoms that were required, but the hospital has attributed the whole incident to something else. And the Federal Medical Center, um, Jabi said on Sunday, our medical staff provided immediate and appropriate treatment, including resuscitation efforts, intravenous fluids, intracellular oxygen, and the administration of polyvalent snake antivenom. You understand? It's sad a thorough but quick assessment showed Ifunaya had suffered several complications from the bite. Her condition suddenly deteriorated prior to a transfer to intensive care. It added, and medics had been unable to revive her. We stand by the quality of care and dedication our team demonstrates daily. So the hospital is saying that, we said then they don't get the antivenom. They had it all right, but the snake bite uh, made her to become very weak and her health deteriorated. They provided whatever that they had to do, which include um, resuscitation efforts, intravenous fluids, and intranasal oxygen. All these were provided. But according to them, her situation was bad right after the snake bite. So then I ask myself, say, probably did it take long before she was able to get to the hospital? Because the story says that she went to a clinic first before she went to the hospital, and the clinic didn't have the antivenoms that was required. So probably the time frame, the interval, probably it kept too long before she got to the hospital to get this treatment, and it's very sad, very inappropriate, and extremely mysterious. Now, then I was checking on social media and I found out that people were giving different variant opinions. So I went to make my own research about what can probably let a snake come into an urban environment, a place where like be village or whatever. What can probably trigger snakes to come to those areas? So my research shows that these snakes, like cobras and other giant snakes, mostly they like areas that has rodents. When I talk about rodents, mouse, and other animals, when animals such like that breeds in areas like that, it attracts them to places like that. So probably people are saying that maybe the environment or the area had rodents, and these rodents, I'm talking from the scientific and realistic point of view. I want to talk about those spiritual stuff. Obviously, we are Africans, and people will attribute certain things like this to spirituality, about witchcraft, home people, blah blah blah. We are Africans, so you know what I'm talking about. But I'm talking from the scientific point of view. So rodents and other animals can attract snakes to an environment. Now, the next thing that probably can attract animals, snakes to an urban settlement are small animals and pets like birds and other stuff. When they are in a house, research shows that those things can equally trigger snakes like cobras and other uh, poisonous ones to come to a home. Now, the next thing is swampy areas, bushy areas. You understand? Probably there are settlements that has wood, plywood, and all of that packed, and a compound and all of that. Those areas, those things can be areas that can trap snakes and can be a home for snakes and all of that. Well, all these factors that I'm saying, we can't really justify that was the conditioning Ifunaya's house, because we don't really know where she stays, the environment she stayed, and all of that. But we know that that was an urban settlement, a place that was not a village, a place that had people also staying in the house and all of that. This is very strange. This is very unfortunate. And these are certain factors, like I said, that can make snake enter somebody in house. The other point can be overgrown vegetation and gardens in a home. Like if you have garden for the house where trees they there, the place be bushy, vegetation and other things, it can equally trigger snakes to come into such an environment. Like I said, these are certain questions that people are asking, and I was able to do this piece of research to find possible reasons. Because bush, village, everybody knows a village, bush, because of the bush, snakes can come into a house. But in an urban settlement like Abuja, my goodness, it be weird, Charlie. It be mind busting. It be, but It's quite unfortunate. It is what it is. So 26-year-old Ifunaya is no more. And the story is very strange. The fact that she suffered a snake bite while she was sleeping, it is sad. Yes. So her friend called Hilary Obina equally said that she actually um, gave the information that she was asleep while she suffered a snake bite. And it's very sad that no antivenom was at the nearby clinic. Ali, with the advance, with the grow, this is the 21st century. And it's quite unfortunate that a clinic in a place like Abuja won't have antivenom. It's very sad because things can happen. And this is a wake up call to the health um, industry and other relevant people that needs to make sure that adequate things like this are equipped in facilities that might be needed. This is very sad. This is unfortunate. So wherever Ifunaya is very sad. But we pray that the good Lord will keep her safe and watch over her soul. My name is ZKI Jr. and this is a very sad story. But we'll follow this story up and bring you more updates. This is God Talks.